In the days of old, the world was a stage for continual battles between light and darkness. People were constantly terrorized by Ahriman, the Wizard of Darkness. Then a young man appeared who would change the world forever. His name was Jamshid. Using 3 rings given to him by the Wizard of Light, Jamshid fought Ahriman and sealed him away. However, Ahriman, stripped of his power, still did not give up. He sent his servant, the Snake King, Zahak, to attack the kingdom of Shanadar, founded by Jamshid. Jamshid was killed, and the world reverted to an age of darkness. When 1,000 years had passed, a warrior named Faradun defeated Zahak and brought peace back to the world. When the world had all but forgotten these events, an empire called the Flat rose up. Shanadar once again had to stand up and fight for peace. Hey, this is Soundmaster Matt, and welcome to a new LP, Defenders of Oasis, developed and produced by Sega and released in September 1992. So we're just going to jump right into this and ignore that continue. We're going to start a new game. Chapter 1, Burning Castle. Now, like all RPGs, we are starting in bed. I'm not doing voice acting it. I'm just going to read it to you, make side comments, and maybe ad-lib a little bit. But I'm just going to kind of go from the hip on this one. Your Highness, Prince, please wake up. Your Highness. It's time to pay the king his morning visit. Let's go. And I'm not in control. I'm kind of just following along and hold on tight. And apparently I don't know where I'm going. Prince. And again, the computer's controlling me, so that was the computer not knowing where to go. Good morning, Father. May heaven's blessings and... how the rest of it go? Don't feel like you have to use flowery speech to me, son. Oh no, he still can't give you a decent greeting, Your Highness. I feel personally responsible, and you should. You're my tutor, and you failed. Please don't get excited. It's not good for your health. Ooh, sarcasm much? Whose fault do you think it is that I'm excited? Now, I'm sure our prince is gonna start studying harder. Yeah, right. Tutor, why don't you let him off the hook? Your Majesty, it's because you spoil him like this that our prince never learns to... By the way, Prince, today's a big day because the princess from our neighboring kingdom, Mahmud, is gonna pay a visit to our kingdom of Shanadar. Just for one day, I want you to behave respectfully in a manner befitting the Prince of Shanadar. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Anyways, I chose this game as my first LP because I love the background storyline to this. What I mean by background storyline is you have the storyline that the game progresses along, but where it got the idea for a story is the interesting part. The whole opening sequence, that part that I read and actually nailed quite nicely, and they misspelled a lot of places, is actually from Arabian and Persian mythology. In their mythology, Zahak was under the influence of a deviant spirit called Ahriman and defeated Jamshid and brought evil upon the land until Faradun, or Faradun, whatever, was able to defeat Zahak and reign for 500 years. Faradun was king for 500 years. So this game is very, very, very trigger based. And a lot of times you won't know where to go unless you actually hit one of the triggers. And trigger number 1 for the next point in the game is this girl right here. Not the one wearing the yellow pants, but this little blue girl right here. Princess, where are you? Oh no, have you seen a princess around? I love this next line. This line is golden. I mean, a girl wearing nice clothes. Right. I would have kind of figured a princess would wear nice clothes. I mean, just obvious. And then this guy here is trigger number 2. What? The princess is missing? What princess? Oh, of Mahmud? No. Really? Wow, I saw a girl fit in that description go towards the tavern. Yeah, the translation team on this was not all that great, and you can see right there, there's the Princess of Mahmud. So we're gonna go talk to her. Now, what I like about this, and I'm sorry, they're just yelling at me. And, you should not have to use any of the 9 herbs that I picked up, and you have to pick up those 9 herbs before you come to this fight, because you're not going to get another chance to buy herbs in a long time. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it is a very small window of opportunity, so make sure you get those herbs. Don't worry about anything else, just get those herbs. But like I was saying, this game is very, very heavy in Arabian mythology, and also of the book 1001 Nights, which is also known as Arabian Nights, which, you know, has the which is where we get the famous stories of Aladdin, Sinbad, the seven voyages of Sinbad, and of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Princess, are you okay? How many times have I told you not to walk around alone? What? This person saved you? Thank you so much. At least tell us your name. What? The Prince of Shanadar? Well, this is the Princess of Mahmud. No. Captain Obvious here. We're on our way to visit the king. Let's go together. Alright. Never thought that the Princess of Mahmud would be such a troublemaker. The king of Mahmud must have his hands full. I know how that is, don't I, Tutor? You certainly do. All of us are always worried. I'm not always like this. It's just that this is my first time visiting Shanadar, and there's so many interesting things. I don't usually cause any trouble. Well, the important thing is that the princess is safe. Well done, Prince. You all should get a good night's sleep, or whatever it said. I just kind of made it up. So, going back to the storyline, the background storyline, as the main storyline progresses. I'm going to talk a lot about, you know, the background story and, you know, what they're, a lot of the Persian influence and Arabian influence and all that. And I think it's going to be interesting. So let's continue on with the storyline. Sir, we're finally prepared to conquer Shanadar. Shanadar is a kingdom with a long history. It may be tougher than any of the other kingdoms. The king won't realize that there's a traitor. In honor of my ancestor, the Snake King Zahak, and actually that R is not supposed to be there, so that's why I'm saying Zahak instead of Zahark. And I think at the beginning I may have put somewhere that proper spelling. We must take everything from Shanadar. Your Highness, something terrible has happened. Please awake. It's terrible news. Go to the king at once. And the face in the mirror, that is the deviant spirit, Ahriman himself. Oh, Prince, it's what I've dreaded. The Empire has finally attacked the kingdom of Shanadar. The castle is already under siege. I want you to take the princess and escape to Mahmud. What about you, father? What are you gonna do? I must stay in the castle and fight to the finish. I can't escape alone, leaving my soldiers and subjects in peril. In that case, I'll stay too. You must not. Your job now is to take the princess back to Mahmud. I think the king of Mahmud will help us. Do you understand? No. Prince, I want you to take this with you. It's a record of the royal family of Shanadar. Never let it pass out of your hands. And I attain ring 1. You don't attain nothing, because you're not playing. But I attained ring 1. Your Highness, the castle has a secret escape tunnel. Follow me. Now, if I'm much as a troublemaker as you claim I am, I'm sure I found this before. So we are in the first random battle, spiders, which is going to lead me to my first thing of talking about the battle mechanics of this game. We're going to skip over a lot of levels, a lot of fighting if need be. Oh, come on, seriously. But we're going to talk about poison real quick. Poison is done in a slightly different way, as you can probably already tell. I'm not losing health from the poison, but you feel it in stages. You know, you start seeing you feel it slightly, you slightly feel it or whatever, and then you start feeling it strongly. If you do not end the battle before the poison has taken an effect, you will die. And hopefully I can hit this spider. Thank you very much. And once you're out of the battle, the poison goes away. So I like the way they did poison in this, and it does become a hindrance. You know, like poison does become a hindrance at certain points, but when you're dealing with low level creatures, you know, and that's one thing that pissed me off with, like, you know, other role-playing games, is you get poisoned by a level 1 monster because it got the drop on you, and you have to use an antidote because of it. This one doesn't do that. You know, if I can get out of the battle quick enough, I don't have to worry about the poison. I just have to heal the poison if I'm in the battle for a prolonged period of time. So it's a nice little feature. So we're just going to try to escape here, and we keep running into magicians, and that's all you're going to see in this opening section is magicians. You have to go inside that little tunnel to run into spiders, and you have to go to the next area in order to run into higher level monsters. Couple walkthroughs and whatnot tell you to stay in the caverns until you get to level 2, maybe 3. I say just book it. There's no reason to hang around, so we're just gonna leave. Yeah, I'm gonna use an herb. There's a reason for it, and I'll explain it in a second. What is the meaning of this general? The emperor promised me he'd let me be king. Now do you understand that you have bad English? Yes, I do. I got that completely. General, you're a traitor. So, Captain Obvious again. We meet again. Call me what you like. You'll be the first victim of the magic sword the emperor gave me. Prepare to meet your maker. Alrighty then. So, the reason why I healed up before battle is I wanted to make sure that even if those 2 guards hit me first, that I would still get hit with that magic sword. There's nothing you can do. You're gonna lose that battle. As you saw, he took me out with 1 hit, so there wasn't anything I can do. Finally, he woke up. I'm so glad. Where am I? This is the hideout of the resistance. We won't let the Empire swallow the whole kingdom of Shanadar so easy. You should feel free to return anytime to rest yourself. Alright, let's see. The magic sword Cole has possessed powers that can cause a person to pass out. I'm afraid at this point you don't have the power to defeat him. If only you could carry the lamp that is said to be hidden inside the treasury. A magic lamp? I heard a magic lamp called the Jewel of Jamshid has been in the kingdom of Shanadar since ancient times. You should be able to stand up to the magic of the sword if you use the power of that lamp. So, as I was talking about, I came with you afraid I would just get in the way. You're a good girl. You know your proper place. Bad joke, I shouldn't say that. But that's where the story of Aladdin comes in. The town and the castle have already been overrun by Imperial forces and evil creatures. The king fought bravely in the end, but I'm afraid he also what? What happened to my daddy? Prince, please take this with you. I'm sure it will come in handy. And we got a holy herb. Your Highness, there are several Imperial soldiers everywhere outside. Be careful. Alright, so we're going to end this video here. Nice short, quick video. We're going to end this video here. I'm going to do some level grinding. The key point you want to get to when it comes to level grinding, I believe it's level 6 or 7, somewhere around that vicinity, is that if you can take out, if you can only be dealt 10 damage from the Imperial Guards, and if you can hit them in 2 rounds, that's what you're kind of aiming for. And then we'll be able to move on with the storyline and continue on. So, until next time, this has been Soundmaster Matt. I hope you enjoyed the video.